it? Alright, so my background is, I'm just going to start. I'm going to go over some of the skill sets and things that I think will be really important to you guys. Okay? So pick up hard skills. If you're in college and if you're looking into doing something in the startup world, pick up something that is going to bring value to you, rather than just doing marketing or something vague like that. Pick up programming, pick up design. These skills will really be valuable to you. Online learning, there is a lot of stuff available out there, so please engage with them. There is things like Khan Academy, Udemy, AppSumo. These websites have most outdated content, so please look into all of that. Don't be scared to discuss your idea. That's just stupidity. The more feedback you get from people, better you can understand whether your idea makes sense or not. I hear it from a lot of young entrepreneurs that they don't want to talk about it, they want to sign some NDA. Please don't go that route because it's not going to help you. Tangible feedback. So please, instead of like going out there and explaining what you're doing, create something, build a prototype, sketch it out so that you can show rather than just explain. And because everyone's going to perceive something else when you're explaining. Customer development. It's very simple. Go out there, talk to as many people as you can. And what that means is, when you build that prototype or something, show it to them and say, what do you think? Don't go there and say, this is what I aim to do and this is what I'm doing and blah, 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 blah. No, just ask them what it is and get their feedback. Don't try to save the world in your very first move. Like, focus on one simple problem and try to solve that well, rather than going out there and creating something that everyone's going to be happy with. So focus on short-term goals and one problem, maximum 2 problems. Don't drill down on the details right at the beginning. So don't try to like think about the font color of your, or like what color should my brand be right at the very beginning. Like, wait for the right time to really drill down on those details. Recruiting, this is going to make or break your startup, so please focus a lot on this part. When you get resumes, look at the places where passion is involved. So look at their cover letters, look at their resumes, and how much have they researched on you is extremely important to see whether they are passionate about what you're doing. Judging the technical skills. If you don't have the experience to judge the technical skills, find someone to do it for you. It's extremely important, especially in the tech space, because that's your product, that's your business, and you want to get the right people on board. Also, the person who is judging the technical skills should have your business interest in mind. Testing the waters before jumping in. You should definitely work with people for short periods of time, if you can, before hiring them or before getting into long-term relationships with them. Because when you're in a startup, there's going to be a lot of problems you're going to face, so rather test them out and see their patience. Equity, share it with the people that deserve it. So once you've tested the waters, give them a little bit of equity. If they're going to be there with you in the long run, they're going to be engaged into the startup in a different way if they have equity. And they're going to think it's theirs. So that's very important. There is global talent. So please do not just sit around and think that you got to find your next employee in the same area, because we live in a world of Skype, we live in a world of Asana, and there is Odesk, there is Behance. These guys are really doing a great job, so go look at them when you're hiring. Adding developers, this is not like building buildings where you can just add labor and things are going to speed up. It's actually going to lead to bugs, unless they have the right mindset and the right kind of supervision. So when you're adding developers, please note that it's not always going to increase the speed of your development. Beware of the web development houses, especially the big ones. They are a recipe for disaster. If you saw what they were cooking in their backend, you would puke, literally. It's not going to be a scalable product or worthwhile. So look into hiring people in your team. If you can't do that, find small startups that are development houses, because they are hungry to build something. Long-term contracts, again, bad for startups, mainly because your biggest advantage is being nimble. And if you're nimble, you can move You can move around, you can be agile, and if you have long-term contracts, you're going to become rigid and you can't move around that easily. Alone time, extremely important. You must have 3 to 5 hours of alone time every single day because that's where the real magic happens. Message, chat during that time. Don't go and interrupt your employees or other people during that time. It's really efficient to be alone for some time of the day. Facebook, I actually came up with a strategy. I think it works really well. So if you're starting something, make a new account on Facebook and start following all kinds of people that are related to that business. This will give you a personalized news feed, which means you'll stay updated with what is happening in your industry for free, which is amazing. So use that and never stop researching. The more you research, the better your gut is going to become. So use as many tools and things, research them, because ultimate user experience is something that's going to make or break your product. So if you research well, your gut becomes stronger. Finally, audiobooks. I've learned a lot from them. Don't waste your time while you're traveling. Just put down the earphones and actually listen to something valuable, get some feedback. These 2 books have been amazing for me. Rework